We just call friends up like, hey, let's go get a drink. That's the normal thing to do. Why not? Hey, let's go to the gym. Hey, why don't we go for a walk? Why don't we go hiking? Why don't we do a play date? Why don't we go to a movie? Why not like something besides drinking? But no, you just don't get invited anymore to do anything because people think that you think you're better than them because you quit drinking and they didn't. And you have a totally different view on life because your mental toughness kicked in. Most people fail in their first year of sobriety. And I mean, why would you put yourself through all that hard work just to fail? 6 months ago today, I was drunk, floating around my swimming pool, not a care in the world. 6 months later, stone cold sober. You wanna know how I got there? I just quit. I just did it. Just kidding. Don't go anywhere. Let me share my story. Today is a big milestone. I hit 6 months sober. Haven't had a drop of alcohol, haven't been drunk, buzzed, nothing, none of it. And that's saying something because you wanna know how long I've been drinking for? I've been drinking since I was 14, 15 years old. Do you wanna know why? Social circles, peer pressure, growing up in a small town, life revolved around alcohol. What I noticed now that I am sober, the world literally is revolved around alcohol. It's quite sad. You can't do anything without looking weird because you're not drinking. People look at you weird if you're drinking. People look at you weird if you're not drinking. Hello, what is it? Like, why not mind your own business? I don't know. When I was 15 years old was the first time I was drunk, and it didn't stop there. I drank all through high school. I'm surprised I graduated with 4.0. I went to a D1 college, continued drinking. Yes, I was my environment, and I know that. I could have changed the way I was, but that's not where I was in my life. The only thing I knew what to do was to drink, get drunk, drunk. Wasted, blacked out, put myself in horrible situations. People make fun of me and joke that I got my bachelor's in alcoholism. Not true. Got into my 20s, still went back to work, still drinking. I mean, I put myself in some stupid situations. Surprised I never got in trouble. Mid-20s happened. All it was party, drink after work. Can't wait till the weekend. Drink. Heck, I was hungover on my wedding day. And all it was just pour the champagne. Let's just keep drinking. Around kid celebrations and funerals and weddings, everything was just all about alcohol. Then my kids had to see their mom drunk and I wasn't present and just everything. And so 6 months ago, I was tired of feeling fluffy and overweight and fatigued and tired and not present. And like, there has to be more to life than what is happening in my life right now. I blamed trauma and I blamed anxiety and depression. Like, I can't get over these bumps, these rocks. Like, something is just like, I start going and then I get pulled back. And I wasn't going anywhere in life. And I felt so stuck, so just blah. I hated it, literally hated it. Another crazy statistic is only 20% of you are subscribed. How many more people we can help if that 80% hit that subscribe button? July 10th, I woke up hungover, and that is when my 75-day challenge began. 75 days of zero alcohol is a key component to this program. And I said no several times, not going to do it, don't want to quit drinking. Well, 6 months later, here I am. What is the 75 Hard program? It is a mental toughness challenge. It is not a fitness challenge. It's not a weight loss challenge. It is a mental toughness challenge. You need to read 10 pages of nonfiction, so personal development of some sort, take a progress picture a day, no cheat meals, and you have to have a diet of your choice, which should be healthy, needs to be healthy, 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each, one has to be outside, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, gallon of water a day, and the biggest one, no alcohol whatsoever, not a sip, drop, nothing. No alcohol. Starting July 10th, I was like, I don't want to do this. I have to quit drinking for 75 days. It's just 75 days, Megan. You can do it. Going into that program, I went into it with the wrong mentality. I was like, can't wait to drink again. That was my key focus. I was not ready to give up alcohol. I years and years of saying no to doing this because I was like, I'm not going to quit drinking. No. Well, a group of us did it, which I think really helped. And once I committed and said yes, because I almost didn't do it. And I wouldn't be here sober if I didn't do it. Got to day 3, I was like, this is stupid. I was like, well, can I sneak a drink? Would anybody know if I snuck a drink? You cheat yourself if you do that. You have to live with that. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to have margaritas and shots and beer. And oh my gosh, I just could not wait to go get drinks with my friends after 75 days. Not even halfway in, I realized that yes, I guess 21 days it does take to make a habit, because I broke that habit of drinking. I was not going to fail because of alcohol. I put my foot down and said, no. Everybody was like, you're going to drink, you're going to drink, you're going to fail because of drinking. No, I was not going to fail because of drinking. If I was going to fail, it was going to be because I missed my picture or I missed my reading. But do not like reading, and it's really easy to forget your progress picture. I got into about 20-ish days and I dumped the alcohol, my favorite alcohol that I was holding on to. I dumped it down the drain, and it was like this like relief came over me. That was the day that I realized like I don't want to drink anymore. I like don't want to drink. People asked me, are you sure you're not going to drink? Like what? They kept like questioning me, almost like to the point, like some people I felt like made fun of me. Do you want to know how? Well, it was a long process. I had to figure it out. Waking up in the morning, having my coffee, sitting outside, reading personal development, huge. And you know what? You learn to, I don't give a F about people's opinions when you start reading these personal development books. Getting out there at nights, the best time to have wine, when? During the sunset. So our minds think. We're programmed to grab a glass of wine, grab your favorite cocktail, go outside, watch the sunset. Well, all those nights that I wasted with my children because I was drinking too much while watching those sunsets, those evenings shifted to family walks in the evening. And that became like a breath of fresh air. Never in my life would I choose a walk over alcohol. And that was another huge thing. That outdoor workout, it may have been only a walk, but to me, it was huge. I had to push myself to go for that walk and not focus on grabbing a drink. Grabbing seltzers instead of alcohol, sparkling waters, making mocktails, another huge thing. As long as there was no sugar involved, I was good. I became way more present with my children. And we went to the lakes, we went to rivers, we went hiking, we were always on walks, we went to play dates more. We were way more involved with the three of us all summer long, and it felt absolutely amazing. And then the weight starts coming off and you realize, whoa. I mean, I'm a personal trainer. Heck, I got a good body, right? I'm strong, I'm healthy, and I'm at a good weight. Everybody says, you look amazing. Well, I never felt like I looked amazing. And then I look back at pictures and wow, I did not realize losing 15 to 20 pounds would make such a big difference. Blood pressure is down, skin is clear, hair's better, nails are better, clothes fit better, more energy, just everything that goes along with quitting drinking during those 75 days, thinking that I was going to turn back to it. And guess what? I did not. And I feel better now than I did in my 20s. Drinking is socially acceptable, but then again, in some situations, it's not. I'm in the middle of the bridge. Like one side, people are like, drink, drink, drink. And the other side looks at me like, why are you drinking? I mean, you can't please everybody. It just became this thing where I was like, I don't want to drink. I felt amazing. I started losing weight. I started being more active with my children. I started feeling better in my own skin. I even started personal training again, which I did not think that I would ever want to personal train. It was a rough 75 days. It's not easy. Going through it, it's literally, you're just challenging yourself, and you have these tasks that you cannot fail, or you start over. And I was not going to start over. I was going to kick my own ass, regardless of how much I hated it sometimes. But it has made me a better wife and a better mom. My kids really needed their mom to quit drinking, and my husband needed his wife to be more present with them as well. Being a personal trainer, I was contradicting myself. I would stay up drinking all night. And want to know a fun fact? After 3 glasses of wine, your sleep reduces by 40%. Do you realize how crucial sleep is to recovering your body and losing weight? And all the things, sleep is so important. Here I am contradicting myself, actually saying I need to put myself to sleep, by drinking alcohol, but really it's affecting my sleep almost 50%. That's insane. And I was not getting any better by doing that to myself. Can preach to the choir, do as I say, not as I do. I felt like crap every single morning I'd wake up. I'll just sweat it out. How ridiculous is that? It's so instilled in our brains that everywhere we go, we have to drink. If we don't drink, there's something wrong with us. Well, is there really something wrong with us, or is there something wrong with society? Speaking of society and drinking, like everywhere you go, you have to have a drink. So I learned that I avoided weddings until I was comfortable going. Big events, I was like, nope, see my way out of this one, and not going. And then I started getting more comfortable and confident that I wasn't going to want to drink. But it took me literally baby steps to grow that strength to not want to go drinking. Now when we go out to dinner or lunch or anything, I get a club soda and lime. I'll drink black coffee if, come the evening. And yes, everybody's going to attack me on caffeine. Coffee has helped me a ton. Seltzers have helped me a ton. Just drinking my own, making my own mocktails, anything different than water. Drinking a gallon of water is not a problem for me a day. I mean, I can do that. I can drink way more than a gallon a day. And it was just having something different, putting it in a fancy glass. It's just fun. It's fun. It's like, that's the only way we can have fun. But guess what? Along those 6 months, I've been to 2 concerts. Let me tell you something. It's definitely a whole different vision going completely sober and watching all the drunk people. I used to be that person. So no judgment there. Literally wasted people. And I've been kicked out of concerts. I've spent too much money on concerts and blacked out at concerts. Just made a complete fool of myself at concerts. So 2 sober concerts under my belt in the last 6 months is absolutely huge, especially rowdy country concerts and rock concerts. I did it, had my club soda and lime, completely fine, got home, woke up, not hungover. Imagine that one. Felt actually really good. I've gone on camping trips. So usually during camping, we would sit around the fire drinking literally from morning to night and repeat the next day. Now that we're sober, it was more engagement with the children. We'd go on hikes and go collect wood and go down to the river, and it just more engaging. You didn't get home from camping 8 pounds heavier, bloated from all the alcohol you consumed, because that's all you do during camping. Again, society makes camping all about drinking. And guess what? It feels amazing coming home from camping, not hungover, not feeling like complete shit, and actually getting all my stuff unpacked, cleaned, and I'm done instead of dragging it out all week long. It feels absolutely amazing being so productive. I went through holidays, my husband's birthday. My husband's birthday is the beginning of November, and so that's the kickoff to the holidays, his birthday weekend, and then you have trips planned, Thanksgiving break for the children. You have Christmas break, traveling for Christmas, New Year's Eve. It literally is just one constant drink from October 31st to January 1st. This year, not one issue with drinking. Halloween was absolutely amazing. Our kids got their mom and dad to be present with them way more than they ever have during Halloween, and that felt amazing in itself. My husband's birthday came along. Usually we have a party, supply all the alcohol, all the food. Well, this year it was super quiet. Literally just went to pizza and came home and felt good. No beer, no nothing. It was so relaxing. And then Thanksgiving, everybody was like, how are you going to do it? Well, I made mocktails and it was just fine. I don't have a big family here to make it quite a big issue. So we just were with my husband's family. And so there was just the 6 of us. And then Christmas came. Again, I didn't want to go to Oregon, but I'd rather go to Oregon than put myself in a situation that I did not want to be in. Being sober and not wanting to be around ridiculously drunk people is when you really learn your boundaries. And that's when you have to really set those boundaries and make sure they're clear. They were very clear on Christmas when I went to visit family, and it turned out to be a great trip. No drinking. There was alcohol around, but it was no big deal. I had my sparkling water in the hot tub, and my friend had her White Claw, and it was like it was just like the same. That's the hardest part, I think, about being sober, is things start shifting. Friends start shifting. You lose friends because of drinking, and you also lose friends because you quit drinking. Some of those bonds, they leave because there's no connection. What was your connection besides alcohol? Which is sad, because it's actually so stupid. We just call friends up like, hey, let's go get a drink. That's the normal thing to do. Why not? Hey, let's go to the gym. Hey, why don't we go for a walk? Why don't we go hiking? Why don't we do a play date? Why don't we go to a movie? Why not like something besides drinking? But no, you just don't get invited anymore to do anything because people think that you think you're better than them because you quit drinking and they didn't. And you have a totally different view on life because your mental toughness kicked in. There's this thing called the pink cloud. And in the beginning of quitting drinking, you kind of have this euphoria. And then all of a sudden you think that you're okay to drink. And then you just go right back down the same road, cycle after cycle after cycle. Well, if you keep your mind busy, your body busy, if it wasn't for doing 75 hard, I don't think I could have conquered quitting drinking because I had to do 2 workouts a day. It got me outside. It made me read. It made me focus on personal development and bettering myself. Taking those progress pictures and realizing that I was actually losing weight, that was key to success too, because a lot of people complain about being weight. Well, you're lazy or you're not trying hard enough or it's the alcohol. I get lazy. I mean, I could blame my hormones. I could blame life. I could blame everything else. But really for me, it was the alcohol. Taking that out made it so much better to keep the weight off once I lost it. Especially going into the new year, everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody's doing dry January. Well, I hit my 6 months during dry January, and it was all because of putting my focus into being busy. I will repeat myself over and over and over. Get outside, go for walks, go on hikes, go do stuff so you can do it. Get sober and don't be just stuck in your house. Do not for the life of you think that once you start feeling better and you think that you've gotten over that hump, that you can take a sip of alcohol or choose a different alcohol of choice other than what was getting you into the problems in the first place. Like if you drink just beer and then you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to drink wine now because I broke my beer habit. That's not going to happen. You're going to go right back to beer. You're going to start drinking again. And then you're going to be like, why did I do that? What? Yeah, why did you do that? Why do you keep putting yourself through these stupid cycles? For me, I know that I absolutely cannot take a sip of alcohol because one, it's going to throw me right back into, oh, I can have a couple. Well, one was never enough. I mean, my 1, 2 a night ended up being 3 to 4 a night until I went to bed. It just never was enough for me. Most people fail in their first year of sobriety. And I mean, why would you put yourself through all that hard work just to fail? Who wants to be a failure? I do not. So I'm choosing to stay away from taking any alcohol. I will have mocktails all day long. You'll think that I'm taking a drink of something. I literally went up to the bar to grab a club soda and lime, and they put it in a glass, an actual glass instead of a plastic glass. And I was like, oh, people will probably think I'm drinking, but it was literally club soda and lime. You can fit in with a crowd that's drunk all around you just by having something fun and bubbly in your class. And who cares what they think? They're the ridiculous ones that are going to wake up hungover and feel like crap. So staying busy was definitely the key to quitting drinking. Even if that busy was pouring something into my glass that was not alcohol and going outside and sitting and watching my kids play. I never did that. And so now we're outside playing in the evenings during summertime. And it's so much better. Getting outside, moving my body, going places, doing different things, finding new hobbies, and is so crucial. I mean, heck, even if it's a puzzle, just find a hobby besides sitting there dwelling on wanting to drink. And what would it be if I just took that sip? Well, don't do it. Stay busy. Like I said, if it wasn't for 75 hard and keeping me busy for 75 days, I don't think I could have done it. Summertime, I think, was key to my success, even though it was hard. I went on a boat my first time and didn't drink, and that was a whole different experience. But it was fun. I got to actually fully engage and remember the whole entire day. During summertime, you can go on more hikes, you can go to the lake, you can go to the river, and it's just easier to be outside. During wintertime, if you love being cold, I mean, take those snowy walks and those rainy, chilly, windy walks. Go for it. Do it. Put yourself out there. That will make you tougher. Learn to ski, learn to snowboard, read more, walk more, go to the gym more, go to the movies. I haven't been to the movies as much in like the last 10 years as I have the last couple of months. On the weekends, I'm like, let's go to a movie. Let's go to a movie. I take the kids to the movies, and because it's like I want to do something, but what do? Well, I go to the movies now. We go swimming at a gym. People invite us to the gym. But it's just staying busy is so crucial to staying sober. If you're going to sit in your house and be sad about your life, you ain't gonna get anywhere. you have to do the work and you have to stay consistent with it in order to succeed. Another thing that has been completely new since we quit drinking is we started going to church consistently, meeting new people, getting involved, and just putting ourselves in a different environment that is more uplifting and positive, and just it's a completely different feeling. I used to go to church hungover with my friends, and now I go to church not hungover and I can completely focus on what's being said and leave feeling so much better. Quitting drinking has changed my life so much. Along with weight loss and less brain fog that I've experienced quitting drinking, my sleep has gotten better. I've gotten lots and lots of questions about sleep. How has my sleep improved since I quit drinking? Okay, well, a little backstory is I used to take trazodone because I couldn't sleep. My doctor was like 50 to 100 milligrams of trazodone a night, and I'd wake up and I'd feel fine. Okay, well, when I quit drinking, I was still taking trazodone, and then I'd wake up like, gosh, I'm so tired. But it's because I didn't need the trazodone to sleep, and I started weaning myself off of it and taking a different supplement. And then instead of the hard sleeping pill, I just use the supplement. And then now I don't even take that hardly at all unless I just like feel a little more wired than normal. But sleeping has definitely improved. I do not need to use anything to help me sleep. Yes, it didn't happen overnight. It's been progress, but it does get there. And now I don't even know where my trazodone is. Probably in the trash. Alcohol totally affects your sleep. Alcohol is not a sleeping pill, and your sleeping will definitely improve. Once your sleeping improves, your mind improves, your health improves, everything it's one big circle of improvement once you quit drinking. I understand a lot of you look at me like, well, you had no problems, girl. You don't even know what it's like. Well, I had my own problems. You don't know my whole entire story, and it's none of your business, but I did it. I had issues, and I didn't realize I had a drinking problem until I quit drinking. I understand that it is difficult walking through the grocery store, still seeing all the wine, and I still want to go look at the beer. Every day is a struggle, and it's not every day is going to be perfect. You're going to want to take a drink, but you just get your mind on something else. You walk away from it. You take yourself out of the situation. I know that it's going to be a struggle for quite some time. Staying busy and falling into a community like this one, like the people here are absolutely amazing. They've actually been probably the main reason that I have kept going sober, because they're like my cheerleaders. You guys help encourage me, motivate me, inspire me. All those sober stories that I get, all the people that have quit because of this page and other people engaging, it's absolutely amazing. I know that telling you that you can just get sober so easy doing one little program, well, for some of us, it's going to be harder. Some of us are going to have legit withdrawals. I know people personally that have these types of issues. And I know a lot of people look at people differently, like, well, you're an alcoholic. Okay, there's levels of alcoholics in my opinion, and everybody has their own freaking opinion about what an alcoholic is and when you need to go to rehab and when you need to seek a doctor. Well, for me, I didn't have withdrawals. I had a drinking problem. My body didn't depend on alcohol, but my mind totally did. So I understand that if you have a really, really bad addiction to alcohol, you have to seek medical help and get the right treatment. For some of us that just want to quit and realize that it's affecting our life and we can just set down the bottle and work our way, stepping away from it, that's totally fine too. We all have different levels of relationships with alcohol, and all we do is just want the best for everybody that wants to quit drinking. And that is what this whole entire community is here for. If you're struggling and if you have been juggling the thoughts about quitting, or you want to better your life, but you don't know where or when or how, take a really deep look at yourself in the mirror and realize what is holding you back. What is actually genuinely holding you back? For me, alcohol was inhibiting so much of my life, and letting it go was like letting go of a toxic relationship. And once you let go of that toxic relationship, you feel so much more free and you can move on and progress in life.